So now that you're here, let's talk about you for a minute. I have 3 questions for you. Do you have lots of amazing women to choose from? If you do, are they sticking around letting you decide whether to be friends rather than the lady deciding you're in her friend zone? And finally, if they're sticking around, are you truly having a great and fulfilling relationship with these ladies? If you answer no to any of these, this program will change your life in a profound way. And if you feel overwhelmed by the fact that you aren't getting results with women, we're about to change your game dramatically. We'll help you make that transformation whether you believe you can or not. Even if you have most of what you need but 1 or 2 weaknesses, you're only as good as your weakest link, we'll get you there in all the areas that count. We're here to help you get better and higher rate responses in person, in text, on the phone, on FaceTime, you name it. Get higher quality women interested in you. Not ones with psychological issues, mean streaks, manipulative behavior, or cheaters. We'll help you filter those out early. But loyal, nice, exciting, interesting, compatible women. Women that you want with qualities you don't even know you want yet. This is critical. There's an art to this. That random woman you fell in love with because it's fate might just be the best you had available to you. And if you've ever chased a woman or felt heartbroken by a woman for any length of time, those days are gone once you start this program. I've seen this transformation hundreds of times by this point. Now when the time is right, you choose your mate for life and you have a great and fulfilling relationship. In the meantime, you have a great dating life. Less flaky ladies that stand you up or take too long to get ready and show up late. You'll meet women that are interesting and give you experiences that you wouldn't otherwise have, and you'll go on dates to interesting places and have wonderful experiences. And that means whatever you want it to mean. And meeting their awesome friends who can introduce you to more great women. You might decide to put a woman in a friend zone and go after better options. Your social life will pick up too. Whether you go out 1 night a month or every night of the week, we'll make each night you're out much higher quality and overall better experience. You'll get more invites to better parties, better places with better people and better ladies. And lastly, this improves your professional life, but more on that later. Let me take a minute to tell my story. I'm Mike D., the CEO of Determined Inflow. I'm here to tell you that the principles in this course have changed my life. To tell you about me, I was average in a lot of ways and still am in some, in terms of looks and height, but I've increased wealth, social status, and definitely the women I'm dating. I used to be into models, and now beautiful, successful female businesswomen are into me. And I've even dated some famous ladies whose names I'll withhold for obvious reasons. But I have to be candid with you. It's been a transformation process. I didn't have anything particularly special going for me. Also, my game with women was average at best. I always wanted to date better women, but I would get rejected before I even got a chance to know some of these great women. What's worse, I wasn't even around enough high-value women, so it wasn't very often I'd even meet a great lady. Occasionally, I'd get lucky and get through that difficult early stage and find that I had great conversations and experiences with these ladies, but they'd eventually lose interest, almost always before I lost interest. I knew this was a red flag. I tried all the same things guys try to up their game. Working out, better diet, style consultants to get better dressed, interesting things to talk about, etiquette training, and even more wealth and ways to show it. But it wasn't enough. What's worse, many of the guys I was better off than were getting these ladies that I wanted. Why wasn't I getting a shot? And then it dawned on me. Women are most attracted to personality, especially how you interact with them. Even when I was in my struggling days, a lot of women would tell me I have a great personality. In some ways, they were being nice because I'm a quote-unquote nice guy, and that's what landed me in the friend zone so much. When it came to sparking interest, I didn't know how to talk to women and keep their attention, even though I thought I did. Sure, for the women I dated, they liked something in me, as I'm sure your girlfriends do, but I still wasn't making it good enough for some of these ladies. My female friends would always take my side and say things like, "She doesn't know what she's missing. She left a really good guy for a lesser guy." On the one hand, I knew they were right. I am a good guy. But I still wasn't getting the ladies to stay, and I certainly wasn't getting them to chase me. It was clear as I looked at it over time, I was lacking some important things, and it was a total blind spot until I finally figured it out, which I'll talk more about later. But I want to make a couple key points first. One thing I've observed about women is when they're unfulfilled in a relationship, there are 2 possible things that can happen. They find a guy they like better, This could include cheating and or leaving, and sometimes they even leave without a specific guy just based on the fact that they know they can find someone more fun, interesting, exciting. The second thing is they stick with you, but they aren't happy. They stop taking care of themselves, and you fall out of love with her. You are in an unfulfilling relationship at that point. You may be a great guy with everything going for you, but a lot of those still end up with number 2. I can't count the number of guys I know that aren't happy with their ladies after time. Even the so-called ladies' man needs this program, and I can tell you that these guys that used to get more ladies than me are now calling me for advice because it's clear to them I know some things they don't know. I'm passionate about helping you, and I'll explain in a minute. But first, it's so critical to look around and observe the world and ask yourself what you want. Then ask yourself what you need to do in order to draw it to you. I've done most of what a man needs to do to meet women, but I was missing some key ingredients, and most importantly, I was losing a lot of time and just making excuses for not meeting women. I went back to school. I'm busy at work. I have family issues. You name it. But looking back, the pattern was the same. I'd get started with women, and I wasn't keeping their interest, and I couldn't figure out why. Another one of my excuses was that I didn't find someone compatible that liked me for me. Yeah, I said that until the lady I really wanted married a guy a lot like me. I didn't even get to date her. I got her number before she dated him, but I couldn't take it much past that. Looking back, it's because I failed. And while she may not have been the one for me, I would have liked to be the one to make that choice instead of just being turned down. She would have been fun to date, and I would have liked to meet her friends, some of whom I might have wanted to date. This girl was amazing. I say was because my friend that married her didn't know how to keep up this marriage. The lady stopped taking care of herself. I'm not even attracted to her anymore. But the reality is, if you handle a lady properly, she won't go downhill. She'll be more amazing at 30 than she was at 20, and more amazing at 40 than she was at 30. You have to know how to keep them happy, and that will bring you the most happiness. Yes, those happy relationships. I've seen these too. It exists, but it's kind of rare. And the reason is, most guys don't know how to interact with women. Even the ones that know how to get the dates often fall down somewhere along the way. It's a tragedy in society, really. It doesn't just explain the plummeting birth rate in America and other countries, but also high divorce rates. To me, this is more than about helping a guy meet a lady. It's a present-day crisis with a relatively easy solution. And the quicker you figure this out, the better your whole life will be. Not just your dating, but your professional life, as many of these skills transfer. This program is designed to attract the best ladies to you, but while it's tailored for attracting ladies, it also attracts business opportunities and high-level people to you. Wherever you are in life, this program will raise your game. It's already helped so many people. Arjun says, I certainly don't want to be a pickup artist, and I don't mean it in a derogatory sense, but I am still hooked onto this material because a lot of it focuses on being a naturally charismatic person who can carry interesting conversation with anyone. Clyde says it's like getting hockey lessons from Wayne Gretzky. You're learning from one of the best on the planet. I'll never get hockey lessons from Wayne Gretzky or guitar lessons from Eric Clapton, but that's what this program is like. Because I knew I had to do something, I tried a lot of programs and videos to learn what I might do. I studied this problem like an engineer, which is what I did for a living. And when I saw what could be done, I knew we needed to package this together. Once we did, I said, this is it. This has everything that was previously scattered across many training programs. But now we have it concisely in one very actionable product that you could learn in one weekend if you really wanted to. But we like it if you take the time to internalize and practice what you learn. And in 1 month, with a little focus, you can be close to an expert at what you need to do. You see, you have to get a lady attracted to you. That's the key. That has almost nothing to do with physical attraction. You have to be clean and showered, but that's about it. Or money, which is surprising, but you'll find is true. This is all how you talk to a woman and communicate to her, understanding how to have rapport with her. Once you establish this, the rest gets easy. They start following you, chasing you, wanting to be with you. Not psycho chasing you. You filter those out. I'm talking about the best women saying, hey, what are you up to this weekend? I have extra tickets to fill in the blank with your favorite show with her, and letting you take the rest. They buy you gifts, cards, send you sweet notes, get you to go to interesting events, parties, places that you can go to or skip. They don't dump you because you sit it out once in a while. And if they are well-to-do, they welcome you in. Just listen to Derek's review. I found the love of my life through this program, and there's no way I would have found her without it. Her granddad left a farm after he passed, and now we live on 10 acres of it, away from the street noise, but still close to everything. I got everything with this lady. Now I'm way more successful at work, too, partly because I could take risks, but mostly because this course helped me with all my personal and professional relationships. Before this, I was poor, living in an apartment I hated, with a job I hated even more, and with very few decent dates. Although I tried to convince myself they were good dates, but they weren't. Now that I'm living the life I want, I'll retire at 45 and focus on raising our 2 kids, third on the way, with her, and I can do whatever I want with my time. This was so impactful that I took the time to write you after 5 years. It actually becomes less effort on your part. When this happens, now the best part comes. You take your time deciding if you're attracted to her in that way, in the way where you want to do all those nice things for her, not because you're trying to keep her or you're afraid to lose her, but because you're crazy for her. The most exciting time in a relationship. And if it's done right, this is how exciting it stays. And if she isn't what you always wanted, you know you can meet another great gal and be in a relationship in a month. The fact that you could always find another one takes away all the fear of losing her. It's a game changer. You become the prize, and she's only the prize because you like to spoil her, because, let's face it, when a relationship gets to that point and you have the success to do it, it's fun to do great things for the lady. But let's slow down a minute. Too many times, guys get ahead of themselves, and they do something that is a relationship killer without even knowing it. So what we have to do is take a couple possible approaches. You can follow our step-by-step program, or you can learn the principles and the steps come naturally. After time, about a month's worth of weekly learning and practicing, once or twice a week, you'll get to the point where this comes naturally, and you'll get to where your instincts are wired right. That will get you the results without any real effort, like riding a bike. All you have to do is follow the program, watch the content, and you will get results. I've never had anyone tell me they didn't get results who also said they watched all the content and followed the instructions. Very bite-sized and doable, and at the same time, there's plenty of information there to answer your questions. I want to add that this is not a hookup artist program. If you want to use it for that, you probably could, but this is about much more than that. I've observed the hookup masters for many years, and they are missing some really key items, which I have made sure you will have in this program. We'll get you the best of all worlds. You'll get interested ladies, you'll get better choices, you'll have better relationships. We'll give you some tools to make your choices so you know how to evaluate a woman to see if she's right for you. We'll get you results in dates and great experiences with women, however you define that to be. We'll help you make your lady happier, which will come back to in your happiness. We'll ensure your life as a determined inflow of joy, happiness, pleasure, and all the good emotions that a woman can bring you, but mostly what you can bring yourself once you understand these principles. Given how this program can change your life, how much would you pay for something like this? Well, I used to do seminars and charge $499 for this product per person, but those were the old days. Today, everyone wants to be able to watch and learn at home, to pause, to take notes, and if you have questions, just email. That makes it easier for everyone, but this product is still worth a lot. In fact, if you add all the components of this, you used to have to take several training courses to get all this information, which would have cost you over $4,000. Like I said, those were the old days. I've packaged this solution into something you can execute, and I've put in years taking in feedback and improving it. That said, today I have a special offer for you. The lowest price this has ever been sold for, and the lowest I'll likely ever sell it. We all know inflation is here. Today, you can get girls to chase you for one low price, $47. All you have to do is click below, fill in the information, and you'll have this program delivered to you in minutes. It's that simple. And if you have any concerns, we have a money-back guarantee. So you have nothing to lose. Once you see what this program can do, you'll realize you made a critical choice. You'll be glad you weren't distracted by the same habits that have got you the same results. Get ready for the new you. You'll be impressed, but then you'll just be happy. Your life will improve, and you will never look back.